JaidenAnimations. Does she have one of the wildest fan bases in all of animation? Yes. Has she probably had some very wild, crazy interactions with viewers who recognize her on the street? Almost definitely. My funniest fan interactions! I am very interested in this video. As a person who has been approached by all kinds of people who I have no idea who they are, I am very interested to hear Jaiden's crazy stories because I know myself have plenty. We're gonna talk about all this crazy stuff, but let's hear Jaiden talk about it. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
One time I was at an arcade and saw someone with an Ari bag.
Whoa.
So I went up to them and said, "Hey, I really like your bag." She turned around, looked straight at me, and said, "Thanks, it's from JaidenAnimations." Oh, cool.
She seems cool.
And then I just walked away because I didn't know how to salvage that interaction without being weird about it. As someone who has somehow amassed big number on YouTube website, you'd probably expect me to be recognized fairly frequently when I'm out on the town. I do definitely get recognized here and there, but given that almost all of the content I've posted is me in cartoon form, it's much less than you'd think. I don't really expect to be recognized unless I'm going somewhere that attracts people who are more online, such as conventions or Hatsune Miku concerts.
You know what's funny, you guys? I don't think I've ever said this on the channel. I went to a party that JaidenAnimations was at. It was a house party. She was right there. People told me she was JaidenAnimations, and I had no idea who she was at the time. I'm not joking. This is before I knew any of these storytime animators. But yeah, I was literally like 3 feet away from JaidenAnimations on the couch. I was hanging out talking with Rumi. Me and Rumi were chatting it up, and Jaiden was right there. Anyways, this fun fact.
Of course, I've been in plenty of IRL content on other people's channels, so it's not like no one knows what I look like, but that barrier has given a bit of cushion on how often people will notice that JaidenAnimations is in their vicinity. The majority of my fan interactions are very positive and follow this general flow. Are you JaidenAnimations?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love your videos. Can I get a photo? Yeah. All right, thanks. Bye. It's simple. It's streamlined. Everyone's happy. Of course, not every interaction goes like this. And naturally, people always want to know about the outliers, the bad interactions, the weird ones. Any freaks out there that you've met, Jaiden?
Hey, they're not all freaks. Some of us are just autistic and we don't know what is okay to say to a person we've never met before. I like to think I'm at a point where I don't do that anymore, but I understand, okay? I've had people come up to me and say some insane things before with the best intentions, I feel, but we have to be patient and understand not everyone has the same social standards for interacting with a new person.
People always want to know about the outliers, the bad interactions, the weird ones. Any freaks out there that you've met, Jaiden? I'm lucky enough to be able to say, you guys are pretty normal. There's not really any single experience that comes to mind when people ask me that, so thank you.
That is not true. This is a 16-minute video, Jaiden. I ain't buying it.
Gold star to every single person I've met in my entire career so far. However, I do have some funny stories I've collected. Like one time, Jacob and I were sitting down at the Toadstool Cafe to film for their video about Nintendo Land when this one guy walked by and recognized Jacob. Oh my gosh, are you Alpha Red? Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love your videos. Can I get a photo? Yeah. You know, everything's going as per the script. At this point, cool. I piped up and asked, would you like me to take the photo for you? And as I said that, Jacob and I both saw that the guy suddenly recognized my voice, and therefore,
that's
me.
Funny.
Now knowing there were 2 YouTubers at that table, he started to ask if I was Jaiden, but mid-sentence realized that if he was incorrect, it would look a little tiny bit terrorist. You know, you can't always just assume that Asian girl with Alpha Red is Jaiden, even though 90% of the time.
Well, no. I mean, oh gosh, guys, I have told you the story of when I met the Odd Ones Out and I asked if his friend was Ice Cream Sandwich, and it was just this normal friend from life. I think that is my most awkward experience with meeting a YouTuber. I've had a lot of situations meeting YouTubers, and it was pretty much always fine because I'm decently good at talking to new people. But yes, when you meet someone and you know who they are, and then they introduce someone and you think it might be someone else, oh my gosh, that is a little awkward. So I understand the hesitation. I mean, Jaiden jumped to a different explanation, which, listen, you are valid. Live your truth, Jaiden.
Just assume the Asian girl with Alpharad is Jaiden, even though 90% of the time you'd be correct. So he ended up pivoting halfway through to cover for the mistake, which ended up like this. Would you like me to take the photo for you? Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but who are you? Of course, we knew what he meant. I say I'm Jaiden, everything is fine, we all take a photo together. But being able to see the line his brain took in real time was so funny. It's one of my and Jacob's favorite stories because he meant it so well. Like, I completely understand what happened. But also asking, sorry, but who are you? Who are you?
It's so funny because who are you, when you think of the literal meaning of it, it's a totally normal question to ask. But in our modern society, saying who are you is almost always not an appropriate thing to say. That's just not what you say. You don't ask a person, who are you? Because that's a person who's lived, I don't know, maybe 50 years. They are a lot of things, okay? I don't know. For some reason, we've all decided that that is a rude thing to say, and I kind of get it.
But also asking, sorry, but who are you? To someone offering to take a photo is just... I would love to meet that guy again and just tell him how much we loved that interaction. Dude, if you're out there, I hope your Toadstool Cafe food was good.
Aw.
Because ours wasn't. There actually have been times, though, where people have thought they've run into me and were just wrong. I've seen tweets tagging me like, OMG, just met JaidenAnimations. As I'm currently sitting at home looking at a photo of some poor random Asian girl when we were all in
Wait, so people just went up to them and were like, hey, can I take a photo with you? And this person who's not an online content creator was like, yes, this is a normal thing to do. Take a photo with me that you can post on the internet. Wow. Has the world changed that much? Because if I was not a YouTuber and someone has to take a picture with me, I would be so confused.
Some poor random Asian girl. When we were all on tour for Scribble Showdown a while back in Chicago, James and Emily went to go look at the bean, and James ended up getting recognized. While he was talking to the group of people, one of them saw Emily and went, oh my gosh, it's Jaiden! James immediately starts laughing his off, trying to correct them, but somehow wasn't clear enough because when they were all taking a photo, they were like, Jaiden, get in front! Another time, when Jacob and Joe posted a video of themselves playing Mario Wonder in a GameStop, at the very end, Joe turned the camera around to the girl filming and said, are you JaidenAnimations?
Oh, no.
The bit being it was our friend Sarah Moon, who is not me, but has been called Jaiden by confused viewers in the past for really no reason. But
That's
still,
funny.
hundreds of people in the comment section of the video still thought she was me anyway because... Asian girl. Then to poke fun at...
Yikes. I gotta tell you, homie, if you meet someone and you think they're me and it's not me, that is entirely on you. I don't think I look like any other human on the planet. So if you ever ask a random person to take a photo thinking it's me and it's not me, I'm sorry. That is your fault. I did everything I could to look like a one of one person who doesn't exist elsewhere. That's on you, okay?
Because Asian girl. Then, to poke fun at that situation, a while later they asked me to record them playing Mario Kart in a round 1, and in it said, huge shout out to Sarah Moon for recording this video. As the camera panned to me, and you'd think people would catch on to the joke, but so many more people were like, okay, I thought that was Jaiden in the other video, but was afraid of being racist. Not realizing...
Jaiden, not everyone is looking at every photo that you guys post online, okay? Forgive the casual viewers who don't keep up with every social media post, okay?
Not realizing they're still not getting it. Sarah and I genuinely look nothing alike, but just pointing at one of us and going, Jaiden, will convince hordes of people in comment sections without fail. It's like casting an inescapable Jaiden spell.
I had an inescapable Jaiden spell cast on me the first time I watched her videos. I've never been able to go back. The life I had beforehand, it's never been the same. Once that Jaiden spell is cast, there's no going back.
On the opposite side of the coin, I was in San Diego for TwitchCon last year, perusing the San Diego Zoo with some friends. And honestly, to hype it up a bit, the San Diego Zoo is awesome. I legit went there 3 times during the 3-day event, which to the math nerds out there means I went to the zoo more times than the actual convention. Anyway, someone ended up coming up to me
TwitchCon's
with
lame.
excuse me, that I registered as I was being recognized. So I turned around, expecting the typical fan interaction. Sorry to interrupt, but
Can you take my picture?
are you Emaru?
What?
I was stun locked. It threw off my whole script and I accidentally blurted out, oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm just Asian. And the guy didn't really have anything to say about that. He just went, oh, okay, thanks. You know, it was a nice little dose of humble for me though. I got a kick out of Emily and Sarah being called Jaiden, and now I've been struck by the Emaru hammer. Look, I'll be the one to say it though. None of us look like each other. We're just Asian women on the internet, and not even the same kind. So
Hey,
yeah,
sweetheart, you're an Asian woman on the internet. What? Are you ever concerned about being confused with another Asian woman on the internet?
Who was the person that everyone said I was looking like? Just a tiny bit. That one Twitch streamer. I don't remember her name.
I have no idea. I've never seen any comments like that.
I did. And honestly, we kind of did look a little bit alike. I was surprised.
What? No way.
I don't remember her name, but it was a couple of comments.
Okay, guys, you let me know in the comments. Who do you think Lola looks like? I guess you might look like a lot of people since you wear a mask in all our videos. To be fair.
and not even the same kind. So
Oh,
yeah,
Canada.
if you ever think you see your favorite Asian creator in the wild,
Be careful.
make sure you double check. Sometimes I can tell people are secretly Googling me before asking
Oh,
for
I've
a
been there. I've
photo,
seen
just
that.
to be sure. And you know, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I didn't mean to go off on this whole tangent about people accidentally being racist. I'm sorry, there were just a lot of instances of it. We can get back on track now. The very first time
I have absolutely seen people clearly looking me up to make sure I'm me before they say what's up to me. I have absolutely seen that happen.
we can get back on track now. The very first time I was recognized, not in like a convention setting, was in a random Target. I was walking down an aisle chatting with my friend Kelsey when someone passed by, backtracked, and came up asking, "Are you Jaiden?" Now this was back in
yes.
2017 when I had significantly less content showing my face. So I was completely shocked and not prepared. I was in ugly house clothes, no makeup, hair wasn't washed, literal bridge dweller, and was in the middle of my first public fan interaction. Apparently, they recognized me from my voice, which is nuts. Some people have told me I
Whoa.
sound exactly like how I do in my videos, and others say I don't, so I have no barometer on what I actually sound like. The person was super
Whoa.
sweet. This isn't like a crazy story or anything, but it's special in my mind because I was so embarrassed and unprepared for it, mentally and physically. This next one was when Jake...
Yeah, that is crazy. I feel like a lot of influencers, they don't think about this happening, and then when they are caught off guard by a viewer in public and they just aren't looking their best, they suddenly realize, oh my gosh, if I don't want this to happen for the rest of my life, I always have to be conscious of how I look when I go outside. Honestly, I don't think about it at all, really. Oh, I don't think about it in the terms of someone might recognize me and I look bad. I don't know. I guess I never think about it. But also, I am a dude, and dudes don't think about that very often. We just kind of go out looking, however, for better or for worse.
I was so embarrassed and unprepared for it, mentally and physically. This next one was when Jacob, Captain Kidd, and I were in Hawaii for Pokemon World worlds. We'd all just arrived at the event and were checking out all the fun decorations Pokemon set up. Since all of us have made a good amount of Pokemon content, a lot of Pokemon fans were recognizing us and asking to take photos. A well-intentioned mom ended up taking notice of how much attention we were getting and asked us what we did for a living for all of these people to be coming up to us. Jacob explained we were YouTubers and she lit up, saying her son watches a lot of YouTube, pointing down at the young boy hiding behind her leg. In an attempt to connect with the kid a bit, Jacob asked what YouTubers he watched. I like MrBeast.
MrBeast!
Seeing a way to make the kid excited, Jacob pointed at me and said, "No way! Did you know she was in a MrBeast video recently and won?" Instantly, the kid jumped up. You know MrBeast? Well, like, kinda. I've talked to her before, but will you tell him to give me $1 million? First of all, hilarious situation to
That is such a funny thing. I think I only ever hear this from young male viewers. They ask for a shout out. I mean, I don't think that's what he said, but that's a weird thing that some young viewers will do is they will ask for a shout out. When does that ever happen? YouTubers don't just randomly say, hey, go check out the profile of this random fan. I mean, first of all, safety, right? Blasting out someone's username to a massive audience of people. That's a safety risk, first of all. That doesn't happen. Yet, can you ask MrBeast to give him $1 million? That's really the kind of thing that some kids think is like, maybe that would happen. No! That's not how the world works, Billy. I'm sorry, Billy. That's not how it works.
Will you tell him to give me $1 million? First of all, hilarious situation to suddenly be thrust into. Second of all, now that the kid was suddenly not hiding behind his mom's leg anymore, we could see he had a giant gold chain around his neck, sporting a framed PSA graded base set first edition Charizard.
Then you don't need $1 million.
Do you know how much cash you've got around your neck
$1 million.
The card was graded like 9.5 as well. I have no idea where he got it from. Like, you always see those, can you give me $1 bajillion? Comments on MrBeast stuff, but it was surreal to witness it in real life.
Wow.
Like, it's real. Gold chain Charizard MrBeast kid has been cemented in my memories, and he didn't even know who we were. Also, for the record, after I won the MrBeast cube, my emails were an absolute wreck of random people begging me for money. Can you give me money? May please get some money?
Wait, did she get like $1 million or a bunch of money for winning the contest? Because Jaiden has millions of dollars already. I don't know if that's breaking the illusion for anyone, but Jaiden was already very, very rich before that. Did she really get a bunch of money from... Anyway, sorry, moving on.
Can you give me money? May please get some money? Hi, JD. Not my name. Just 10K, thank you.
Just 10K!
Someone straight up sent me a PayPal invoice for $10,000 with no message attached.
That's
just
insane.
an outstretched, grubby little hand in my inbox.
That's insane.
Guys, I didn't win any money from that thing. You can stop emailing me. We gave it all away to various artists all over the globe to support them through their art school, which was an...
All right, let's go. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Jaiden. I was like, no way this millionaire YouTuber got $1 million from this contest. That would be insane. That's awesome. I'm really glad she did that. Listen, a lot of these animators have a lot of money, and it is good when they put some of their money towards helping other creators who are less fortunate than them. I think that's very cool to do. So shout out to Jaiden. You are very cool.
All over the globe to support them through their art school, which was an incredible opportunity, and I was very happy to support artists, and I wish them all the best of luck with their degrees. But stop emailing me for money! Gosh, I don't even want to know what MrBeast's DMs look like. One time, my phone screen died on me. Not my fault. So I had to take it to a repair shop. This was, unfortunately, during a time when my car's driver's side mirror was smashed. My fault. So I also had no street legal car to take me back home while I waited for my phone to be fixed. Needing to kill 2 hours, I ended up sitting in a nearby Burger King equipped with my Switch to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure and an iPad
Nice.
as a second monitor to watch YouTube videos. I almost made it the entire
Nice.
time with no issue, but like some sort of pathetic Scooby-Doo villain, my plan was foiled as a nice girl came up to me and quickly said, "I really like your videos," before
Aw.
walking back over to sit with her friends. Now, the interaction itself was completely fine. I'm just embarrassed at what it looked like on her end.
Yeah, see, that's the funny thing as a YouTuber or anyone who can get recognized in public. When you are out in public and you are around a big group of people, and then an hour later, someone who's been sitting near you for an hour suddenly comes up to you and you can tell they recognize you, you then have to process the fact that anything that you did, if you picked your nose, if you did whatever over the last hour, they were looking at it. And you didn't think that was even possible before. That is one risk. I will say, guys, I know it can be intimidating, but if you do see a YouTuber in public and you want to go up to them, I will say on behalf of Jaiden, myself, and probably a lot of other creators, it's less awkward to just say hi right away rather than you say hi after an hour and then we realize you've been looking at us for an hour. I don't know. I think that would help, but I guess if you said hi right away and then you sat there for an hour, maybe that would be more awkward. Okay, guys, I have no idea what's best, okay? We're all just awkward people around here trying our best, okay?
I'm just embarrassed at what it looked like on her end. Internet personality JaidenAnimations sitting completely alone at a single seat table in a random Burger King. No food in sight, just
Aw.
a table covered in devices like some sort of 27-year-old iPad kid. She didn't even let me explain my situation. She just said hi and walked
I
off.
can explain.
So, kind girl, if you're out there, or even still a
She
fan.
didn't give you a chance to explain. Wait, let me explain. I am such a cozy girl. Yeah. What's the explanation, Jaiden? You're cozy is all it is.
Kind girl, if you're out there, or even still a fan. It wasn't as pathetic as it looked. It was pathetic, but it's not that bad. I was just passing the time. Please resubscribe. I feel like I lost you that day. Speaking of unfollowing out of shame, a couple of years ago, I went with some friends to my first furry convention. The furry convention isn't the shameful part, though. That itself was great. The actual shame began when my group wanted to check out the 18+ section, mainly out of curiosity and
What the-
entertainment. I sheepishly followed them in, and just as I was thinking to myself, man, it would sure be unfortunate
To get
if I got
recognized.
recognized while in here. Oh my gosh, are you JaidenAnimations?
Oh no, another adult.
Yeah. So admittedly, there's a single photo out there of me, a fan, and a
Anime.
very colorful background.
Anime.
Quickly moving on from that one. This story is by far the most I've
But hey, on the positive side though, he also was 18+ in that 18+ section, Jaiden. The problem is, I guess, if they post it and then other people see it. But at the very least, if you are in a place like that is 18+ and another 18+ person sees you, they are on the same page as you, so they can't judge you because they themselves are there. The problem comes if they post that photo online and then people who are not 18+ see it and then, oh my gosh, I had no idea my favorite YouTuber was over 18, so they can do 18+ events. They can go to a thing that's only for people their age. Oh my gosh.
Quickly moving on from that one. This story is by far the most I've ever been recognized out in public in my entire life.
VidCon.
There's probably a teeny little slight possibility I curated it myself by accident, but it
Okay.
was when I went to a Hatsune Miku concert in California. The community somehow has caught on that I like her, and said community was all right there in one spot. Before the concert, I was getting recognized like every few minutes, which is very not normal for me, but you know, completely fine. I don't mind at all. Eventually, everyone was led into the venue. I was meeting a few more people inside. Then the lights went down and we all got to enjoy the concert as per usual. However,
Yeah, that is what happens as a YouTuber. The thing is, if you make content about certain stuff, if you go to a thing related to that thing, you are 10 times more likely to be recognized. Like when I would go to conventions and I went to something related to a YouTuber that I talked about on my channel, all of a sudden it's like I'm Brad Pitt or Brad Pitt's sidekick. I don't know. scrad zit, you know, or something. Guys, I don't know what I'm saying. We're almost done this video. And by the way, if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't liked the video, if you could do that for me, please don't forget. It helps me get my videos seen. And leave a comment. I read all your comments and they help the algorithm, so I would appreciate it.
Then the lights went down and we all got to enjoy the concert as per usual. However, when the show was over and the lights turned back on, everyone rotated 180 degrees to head to the exit, which meant people could see my face again. We would make it a few steps forward, get stopped, then 3 more people would come up.
I'll tell you what the problem was, Jaiden. It's because you were with a white-haired man. The white hair on Alpha Rad is the highlighter that makes people like see you out of their peripheral vision and then turn their heads, and then they see you. If you were not with Alpha Rad, you would not get recognized as much. And I apologize to any of my homies who get looked at more because people see my giant highlighter hair out of the corner of their eyes and then they look at the whole group.
A few steps forward, get stopped, then 3 more people would come up and I'd suddenly be against the wall. All while my poor friends just had to watch it all happen and wait for me. For the first time ever, I needed to figure out a way to get out of there, or else I would have been taking photos with the entire concert audience as my friends withered on the floor. Sarah put her big hoodie on me, another friend gave me their sunglasses, and suddenly, I vanished.
I was
no
a
more
person
Jaiden
again, a
Animations.
civilian.
Poof! She was gone. The Clark Kent strategy actually works. Sarah and I quickly headed to the exit, squishing past unsuspecting Miku fans.
Whoa,
and it wasn't
that's
until
crazy.
we made it all the way to the parking lot where we turned around and realized we were alone. I was successfully smuggled out, but the downside was the disguise was so overly effective, even our friends didn't know who I was anymore. At least now I know if I'm ever in a sticky situation, a simple hoodie and glasses is really all it takes.
Hoodies are incredibly powerful. That's why the whole time when I was in high school with crippling anxiety, I like always had a hood on. And I was emo. I'm not anymore. Despite the hair, I'm not emo anymore. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm literally... Oh no, my light! I knew it would fail halfway through the video. Guys, I made it purple for JaidenAnimations. Have you guys liked this light that I've added in that you can't see right now, so you can't judge? Cameron, if you could throw it back up for us, cropped from earlier in the video. Have you guys liked this light? It's so funny. I've owned this light. Gosh, this is such a bad example. You literally can't even see it. Well, I guess you can because Cameron's helping us out. Thank you, Cameron. I've owned this light forever, but I forgot it could do colors. And then when I realized that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can use this light to change the whole color of the set, and I actually think it's helped a lot. Okay, I am going to start charging it right now so that it's ready for the next video. BRB, you guys. Actually, you don't have to wait at all because we can cut. Editing! Yay! Oh, I love to edit!
A simple hoodie and glasses is really all it takes. I will no longer be making fun of Superman's public disguise. Dude knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, it works.
Despite all of these stories, if you ever see me in public, please don't be afraid to come up and say hi. I'm more than happy to meet you or take a photo. Again, basically every person I've met who watches my videos was absolutely wonderful, these stories included. And I promise I won't make a video about you if you accidentally say something a little awkward.
Cap.
Unless it was really funny and the world needs to know. Also, I can tell when you recognize me. I've essentially got a spidey sense for it by now, and it's more uncomfortable for both of us if you just stare at me for 30 minutes and then leave. Please, just say hi or something.
Yes, that is a thing. Keep in mind, you guys, if you think you recognize someone and you like are like not sure yet and we can tell, okay? This has happened to me so many times. Yeah, we can pretty much always tell. So, you know, at that point, your cover's already blown. So just say hello, okay? And yeah, I will reiterate this as well. If you do happen to see me, feel free to say hi. Anytime someone tells me that they've watched my videos and they like my videos, I'm always happy to say hi. Though honestly, when I walk around in life, I do like keep a straight face because I don't trust the general world. So I keep a serious face when I'm around normal people. But I promise, if you see me, I'm probably not in a bad mood. And 99% of the time, you can totally say what's up. And I, you know, stoic face will turn into a smile and I'll say, hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching my stuff.
And it's more uncomfortable for both of us if you just stare at me for 30 minutes comments and then leave. Please, just say hi or something.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm lucky to have such a normal and kind group of people watching my content, and I do really enjoy getting to meet you guys. I guess if you were to take anything from this video, make sure you know it's actually me. This is not me. This is not me. This is not me. I'm this one. Hope that helps.
Drawings. Thank you, Jaiden. This helps so much. Am I stupid? Did this line never happen? Isn't there a part where Napoleon Dynamite says, "This is a drawing"?
Would you like to look like this?
This is a girl.
This is a girl.
Oh my god, I have Mandela affected that in my brain for years now. Literally Mandela affected. This is a drawing. I thought that was a line in Napoleon Dynamite. But he says, "This is a girl." Oh my gosh, I literally invented a Napoleon Dynamite quote in my head, and I've been going with it for years, and now I'm having an existential crisis. All right, never mind. Well, I'm gonna keep saying it as if it's real, okay? Yikes! Guys, if you want to help cure my absolute insanity and mental break that I just experienced, I would like it if you watched another video of me looking at JaidenAnimations, because I've done so many of them, and they are all classics. Here's the whole playlist. Here's Jaiden's channel. And here's another video of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. I'll see you in one of these, or I'll see you down here. Guys, click on it because I'm going insane and I need you to click. Please, 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 please.